Hello guys, this is Lakhan and let's talk about the politics. So guys, the British constitution is clear. Prime Minister need to retain the confidence of the House of Commons and they can be in the House and not the general public. But guys, I defy anyone to have the lower expectations of Andy Burnham's coming premiership than me. But he still has the right to enter the number 10 without people winning about a coronation, let alone demanding a general election. Now, the implication that he lacks legitimacy is nonsense. The British Constitution is clear on this. Prime ministers remain in the job while they retain the confidence of a majority of the House of Commons. They are not the presidents. General elections produce MPs whose job is to find a prime minister. If it turns out that they have chosen someone like Sir Keir Starmer, who everyone thought had put in the planning for government but who turns out not to have done, and all this supposed decency was a complete woeful premier, then their job is to replace him with someone else who has the confidence of the commons. It really is as simple as that. Where we have to have a general election, change the premier, we would have had no fewer than the 7 general elections in the past 10 years, rather than the 3 we had in 2017, 19, and 2024. And since parties manifesto have no standing in the law and Barham did not even stand on the Labour's 2024, that should not enter the debate either. And now historians are frustrated when there are no historical precedents for the present day political phenomena. Usually, when a commentator says that something is unprecedented, they are wrong. For a little known precedent does indeed exist and often comes from the several centuries ago. 7 premiers in a decade is indeed unprecedented, however, and obviously bad for the statesmanship. Now, the foreign precedents that do exist for such high turnovers, principally Third and Fourth Republic France and much of the post war Italy, are hardly encouraging. Now, Stammer's length in office of 1 year and 352 days is longer than that of the Anthony Eden, which was 1 year 279 days. Also longer than Lord Wellington 1 year 137 days and longer than Lord Rockingham 1 year 113 days. The Duke of Grafton 1 year 106 days and no fewer than 8 premiers who lasted less than a year. So if he stays in Downing Street till early September, he will beat the Lord Aberdeen 2 years 42 days, but probably fall short of Pitt the Elder 2 years 76 days. Yet none of these figures have inherited as large a majority as him in a general election, only to lose office for 2 years later. Now, guys, assuming that Mr. Burnham makes it to the next election and calls it at the latest possible moment, he will have lasted 2 years, 9 months in the job, thus beating a further 5 prime ministers, the Duke of Wellington, Gordon Brown, Spencer Perceval, David Campbell, and George Grenville. Some of them came to power without the general elections, yet they all had the legitimacy that comes from the only constitutionally recognized source, a common majority in the politics, not bleating about legitimacy that will soon unmask Barham that is so obviously is. So guys, for year, every one of these timers faults, Barham has exactly the same one in the spades. So, whereas Stammer U-turned repeatedly in a 2 year premiership, Barham did it 3 times in a major policy issues during a single by-election. That's a major, actually a turning point. When Stammer came up with the meaningless phrases in his speeches, Barham's victory speech featured every single cliche of modern politics, plus a few hobby changery, one chunkily lifted from Barack Obama, whereas Stammer had to get rid of as soon as possible for refusing to fund the defense of this country adequately. Now, Burnham seems content with allowing the defense investment plan to be published by his predecessor rather than taking grip of it himself. So, guys, here there are three precedents for former premiers becoming foreign secretary: Arthur Balfour, Alec Douglas Home, and David Cameron. Such a role might seem like a dignified way out for the Keir Starmer, but that avenue seems to have been closed by the resignation of John Halley as a defense secretary. One can hardly have, as a foreign secretary, someone who so recently and visibly left the Britain's defences in such a parlous state in such a dangerous world. So here, I think history will not remember Starmer as Britain's worst prime minister, as Lord North and Neville Chamberlain will always beat him in those stakes. Instead, he only will be remembered as that grey man in glasses who won a huge majority and squandered in under 2 years. In that, at least he is indeed unprecedented and not beaten by anyone. So guys, that was the major story for today. So let me know what do you think on this and what are your thoughts on this in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys and share a feedback. Thank you so much for watching guys. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to us for such amazing daily updates, and also if you like this video kindly and this analysis, kindly give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video. And also let me know in the comments which new topic would you like me to explore. Thank you.